promotion series wasn't quite successful with the Wizards. Maybe this time around with his mid laner, Belgian Beast, who you may recognize way back in Lowland Lions in the Western Wolves days. And there is Naruto
Spanish Nif.
Naruto giving, it's maybe a Spanish Nif or maybe a little bit of Snoopy going on there with the stare.
Maybe a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Picks and bans coming in, Lee Sin, Twisted Fate being taken out once again by TCM, just as game one. Zach also being removed as game one by Playing Ducks.
Okay, so the Lee Sin ban, I actually just remembered when we were, before the show started, we were back there talking to Playing Ducks and Shaft was playing Lee Sin, so they don't want to let him play a comfort champion, take that away from him. And then the Twisted Fate, I mean, he's not really fun to play against. I mean, he's fun to play when you're winning, but he's not fun to play against. So obviously he's going to take that away. And the Zach, obviously a really strong jungler, also a really strong presence in the lane if you want to go that way.
Well, you can see we have security beautifully behind us now. Keeping us guys that are... Whew, you can see that I do have a fan under here. It is a fan, ladies and gentlemen, our desk fan. Keep yourselves controlled, honestly. Twitch being banned out again, Nunu being banned out. These are exactly the same bans as before. So... kind of standard stuff right now.
And you're seeing, though, Playing Ducks, they're kind of hovering over what they exactly want to ban out, but they go with the same exact ban, and TCM go with the same exact first pick, so they're going to get that Elise again. JWoww played very strong against Kennen, considering he was behind CS, he was able to catch back up and surpass him, and he was really a dominant force later on in the game. I mean, he did so much damage with just like a QW combo.
Reverse, though, picks, so we do see. This time, Draven will get selected by Playing Ducks, and Thresh looks like will be taken by Garrock, so we'll see how that turns things around for them. TCM, of course, they were quite happy. Maybe they're going to switch and go, all right, we'll take Caitlyn Jenner.
Jace is open, though.
Jace is open.
So we might see Belgian Beast pick that up. I mean, unfortunately, Bacon Flips, he wasn't able to get rolling, wasn't able to get started and sizzling, but they shut him down too well, and Belgian Beast, considering he was on Karthus and he got such a big lead, he might actually get that snowball that he wants.
You've been waiting for that one, haven't you? A little bit. We're quite enjoying these names, ladies and gentlemen, because it's about the fun we're going to have right now, because it's a little warm. Victor, wow, that would be an interesting one.
When did Edward get back here?
I don't think Victor's going to come out. Belgian Beast, the smile on the face of Barney D there at the end. Looks like it's going to be, once again, Jarvan being selected, but this time around, it's almost like they just decided, let's just completely switch teams. But no, it will be Karthus getting locked in, so not going for the Xin Zhao over the Jarvan.
Okay, I want to touch on the Karthus, though, because that was a relatively early pick.
Yeah.
I mean, typically you
blind
can counter...
pick Karthus.
Exactly. You can counter him really easily with like an Ahri or even a Kassadin if they want to go for that. So I'm really surprised he did that, but it did leave their AD carry as like a last pick, which they didn't really need to do in the end. And we're seeing a lot of champions being hovered over and switched up. But, you know, the Jarvan, Naruto did a good job on Xin, who doesn't really have really sneaky quick ganks. Jarvan does, so I'm curious how well he's going to play on him.
We'll see. I don't think it's going to be Teemo and Cassiopeia. Maybe it will be. We did actually see the Time Lord a couple of times.
Look at the janitor behind us.
Janitor doing the cleaning duties. There she is. Well, you know, you got to keep things clean. It's a first for the LCS, I believe, that one. Maybe this is around about the time where you think maybe we should have got a backdrop. Maybe.
Anyways, but we do have Zed being locked in, so we're going to see him potentially snowballing really hard against Karthus. It depends on how well he does in lane. He can push really hard. I think they're about equal in terms of push power, since Zen's Q was nerfed a little bit in terms of going through minions, but he can blow up Belgian Beast if he gets that early kill or two, or if he gets an early bit of farm. And we do see Zen's Zhao being picked up, so we're going to have junglers switching, and we're going to have potentially AD carries switching.
Well, we'll see how it works out for them. Final picks for TCM. Maybe somebody just didn't tell him. You can't pick them in any order, guys. They're just picked in order right now. The AD carry's going to take his AD carry. Looks like it could be Vayne this time around to counter. And that's pretty harsh. I mean, that's surely going to be a lane switch, because a Vayne picked into a Draven Thresh, I'd be...
Yeah, that Draven will demolish her. So, yeah, that would have to be a 2v1 lane for them. Just get some really easy farm over to Vayne. But it's not a terrible pick if we do see it locked in, because obviously Playing Ducks are going to be focusing onto Karthus to kill him right away, so he's going to get that free damage in. But we're going to see Nami here, and initially she had a 33% win rate in LCS, like within the first 2 weeks. But then it's been slowly climbing ever so more, and people have finally been able to learn her. And just as I say that, I look down, not her anymore. It's going to be Zyra. So we're going to see Zyra in lane.
And Teemo support. Oh, okay. It is going to be Zyra. Zyra's actually been very successful. Well, actually, I say that, and now I think Libic's been taking him a lot, and they've lost a lot of games lately.
Well, he did have the most stats out of all supports in
LCS.
LCS.
That's not a good stat.
Yeah.
Not a good stat to have.
It's going to change.
But it's good of you to bring that one up, though.
I mean, higher or stop it from going higher?
No, it's fine. I mean, I know you're a tall lad, but, you know, if you want to really annoy Libic, then we'll go for it.
Nah. Anyways. But the Zyra, I mean, if they do go in a 2v2, you can catch Draven pretty easily because you know where he's going to go, or at least you can stop that axe so his dueling power kind of subsides. But the cannon looks like Coffee is OP might try that again. He didn't do terrible. Like, he really didn't. He just kept getting shut down by double exhaust, knocked away by John consistently.
Well, and you say he didn't do terrible. He was 20 CS behind in the lane.
He did get ganked though early on, and then his counterpart did get a kill off of his jungler shaft. So, I mean, I agree with you. He did do extremely well, but when it came to team fights, like he was usually in the right position, and he did obviously get that nice little duel they saw at the middle lane of the tier 2 turret, where he was able to pick up the kill over to Belgian Beast. But that is going to get locked in, so he's going to be in that top lane. And against potentially Elise, or potentially against Zyra Vayne. Either way, it's not going to be easy lane for him.
It's not going to be easy lane, but they will be. I'm almost certain they're going to be 2v1 lanes. Unless Playing Ducks want to switch it around as well. They're probably going to want their 2v2 lane to be against them because they seem to have a stronger one. We'll see how it works out though. So what are we seeing from these picks, Jason? Overall, the fact that Karthus was blind picked into it, they went with the Z to counter it. What are we seeing?
Well, okay, so we're not seeing the John again. So Coffee's going to have an easier time getting into the fight. But what we do see is the Zyra Karthus combo. So you're going to see the Cataclysm go in. The Zyra ultimate's going to come down, knock them up, and Belgian Beast is going to be sitting in the middle of them just doing whatever he wants to do, doing as much damage as possible. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for Playing Ducks to deal with that. But Playing Ducks have a strong team to pick someone off. If Bacon can get a little bit fed middle on that Zed, if Draven can do some damage and maybe get a kill or two, or at least compete and farm, if they lock someone down or they get that mark onto someone, they can kill them so quick that it's going to be hard for TCM to react.
So we are about to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. We are live in Tenerife. You can see by Wobble Cam as Naruto gets a little wink there. Oh, three wings! That was three wings. That was like oh, I've got something in my eye.
So he's doing a frog. He's trying to wink and he pulled out a blink.
No such things going out from the top laner though. Didn't want to give nothing away there. We're going to get a wink. We're going to get a wink.
Oh, it's like he's flirting with the camera right now.
Just a cheeky smile. He's like, can you move it now, please? It's just getting awkward. It's a slightly awkward moment. We're going in towards the mid lane. Bacon flips. Now that's...
We're upside down.
We're going to get a flip. There's a bacon flip. And straight onto a Naruto again. My God, this camera guy is loving Naruto. He's absolutely all over him. Anyway, we're about to get underway. You can see the game is started, and we will zoom into the screen. The production having themselves a little bit of fun here in Tenerife. And why not? It's beautiful sunny weather, and we have League of Legends to be played. TCM are going to be the blue team. They're 1-0 up already in the Ducks. Not the mighty ones, though. They're just playing, and they are red.
They should try doing the flying V. Maybe it'll work out for them, though. And taking a look at early runes real quick is that we see Bacon flips. He actually does have 24 armor pen flat with plus 8%, so he definitely wants to go up against Belgian Beast and just blow him up. And Cosmic, running a little bit of a different build. I mean, obviously he has some life, still 6%, but he doesn't have a lot of flat armor pen as he's sitting at only, I believe that was 5. So he's not going to do as much damage in lane, but he's going to be sustained quite well.
So we are about to get underway, and look, are they going to go for the invade? No, they're not. Naruto takes a little peek, gives Bukhani D coverage, and the ward goes down. So no aggression coming out. I always get depressed when there's no aggression at the start because it makes my job a little bit harder.
Well, I mean, well, yeah, obviously that's for
There's
casters.
Not a lot of action going on there. It's just like, well, great.
Level 1 can be so impactful. I mean, think about back to Evil Genius's, I think it was against NIP. Yeah, we did see Snoopy on Nunu. He goes top towards the red buff of NIP, and he wasn't able to steal that away, and because of that, he got put so far behind. So there's a lot of thought really put into level 1s, and teams are very hesitant to go for these engages.
So, will we see any early aggression from these lanes? We did see, as you mentioned, there was a couple of gank attempts early on in the lane phases. As it is, it will be 2v1s, but we're seeing Karthus, Belgian Beast, being the one down the bottom lane.
Okay. Oh, so it looks like he will... Well, he doesn't want to go up against that Zed, so it makes sense. Bacon will just destroy him in lane, but you know, look at what we have so far. So, for TCM side, we have a top laner and a mid laner who get very strong mid game. You do a lot of damage. Karthus still scales really well into late game. Matraco on Vayne does very well late game, does really decent mid game, and then early game not so strong. But over on the side for Playing Ducks, Kennen gets strong mid game. Zed can get really strong middle and towards late. He actually get very strong early depending on how well he does, which currently he's being 2v1, so he won't be able to do too well there. And then you have Draven, who's really strong early, pretty strong middle, and then late game he kind of falls off a little bit just in terms of he doesn't have an escape, and he doesn't have a way to deal with anyone, but JWoww getting ganked here at level 2, taking a lot of damage.
He's getting knocked up as well. Will it be enough? The Ignite goes down. That could well just be the nail in the coffin. I think he's going to survive with last tick. 49 health, no problems.
Okay, that is a really risky move to do for Chef because now his blue buff is able to be taken. They don't have any wards on it, and I mean, yes, it can really catch teams off guard. Like JWoww did not expect that gank to come in so early. As you do see right now, Naruto already going over to that blue buff, but yeah, they got the flash. JWoww escaped, and they're going to potentially lose their red, which will put Shaft behind. We saw last game, he had a 5-level discrepancy between him and Naruto, and that blue buff looks like it will be taken.
Yeah, and he may well. Barney D just covering off as well. That's going to go. There it is, Naruto with double blue buffs now, and that red buff. And now he's going to head down towards that bottom. Does he want to go for that? That's a risky move now. He doesn't want to give up his double buff. He's happy just to go back to his jungle and continue farming.
And I mean, if you look at it, it's 8-7 in terms of mid laners, so they're pretty much dead even here. But Naruto last game, he did a lot of counter jungling, knowing where Shaft was, and just pretty much countering. He actually just went right behind him. They didn't spot each other, and they're going to spot each other here at these at this wolf camp. Or not. I don't know whether he saw him or not. I'm sure whether he had vision.
Do something. He's going to sneak across. He's going to come aggressive. No, he's not. He's just going to let him go away. Yes, he is going to go aggressive. Gets us one hit on him. The red buff doing the ticks of damage. And then he just interrupts and leaves the wolf there, of course, just to be really annoying.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, but Naruto, he's doing such a great job with his counter jungling because now he knows his lanes are doing okay. Like, they're not losing hard in any single lane just yet, except maybe top lane because of JWoww. But he's just trying to keep Shaft really far behind, keep him under-leveled, and we're going to see how, as the game goes on, how well it's actually going to work out here.
Well, this bottom lane, let's have a look at this, because the fact that it is Karthus and a 2v1, and it does mean that Zed is actually being punished in the 2v1 in their mid lane as well. What are we seeing here? Cosmic, we can see on Draven spinning those axes round. Going to do a lot of damage. Are they going to try and rush these turrets down as quick as possible? Are they going to try and starve out the enemy?
Well, I want to go back to your first question about the whole 1v2 lane for Belgian. So he's Karthus, so he can farm really easily. He just keeps spamming his Qs and obviously get his mana back from that. And the thing is that he's always going to have his global presence. Zed on Bacon, or Bacon on Zed, won't have that presence globally. So in the end, Karthus is going to benefit from this. And in terms of how this lane's already going so far, I mean, he's ahead of his counterpart, but right now you see Shaft coming in, so it looks like they do want to take this turret early. They do want to get this first blood in Belgian. He's going to pull out a miracle.
Well, he is the man in the jungle. He's going to go in. The 3-ton strike will knock him up in the air. The exhaust went down. It will be Belgian Beast. He got shafted, and he is going to go down. Cosmic with the kill.
And he flashed in towards the backline trying to go for Garox, but unfortunately it didn't work out. He wasn't able to get in range, and an easy first blood now for playing Ducks, and they're going to take this turret. They might... no, they really have the health to take Dragons, so they're not going to be able to take that one.
No, they're just going to try and rush that turret down. But the mid turret, that's taking a lot of damage from Matraco and Barney D. Getting pressure on towards Bacon Flips. He's just defending it out, though. Just cooking up a storm in that mid lane. But you can see, playing Ducks, they take the turret.
And they do get the first one, but TCM, they're already barreling down on this middle one. It's relatively low, so they might be able to pick this one up in response. And I'm curious if Bacon can do anything about this, if he can kind of stall this push. He's doing a decent job right now, because it does have obviously a little pretty good amount of wave clear here, but so in the end they're not going to get the turret. So we do have a gold lead now for playing Ducks here, and they do have the first blood over to Cosmic, which I don't know if we pointed out, but that is huge because that means that Bloodthirster is going to come out a lot earlier, and that damage is really going to do quite a bit.
Yeah, the fact that he managed to get that BF sword on the first back is going to be pretty big. But in terms of CS between them, he is actually a little bit behind here, 20 CS behind, so that actually balances out that first blood that he did get. However, in this top lane, JWoww versus Coffee is OP. Not going to have a chance to look at it too much, but Coffee this time around is winning out the CS battle. Hasn't had too many ganks coming out, but remember JWoww, he was the one that got a bit of a gank attempt from Shaft. So Shaft being the more aggressive this time around.
Yeah, give him a little bit of taste of his own medicine, so Coffee's able to really snowball the lane a little bit here, but now a 3-man push out of playing Dogs is starting to develop here. They send their 80 carry support middle to go up against the 80 carry support of TCM, and they're trying to get the start down. They do get the pull on Naruto.
Shaft goes in again, but it gets exhausted straight away. Naruto not having any of that. Barney D protecting him, but taken very low. Coffee is OP, trying to go aggressive, and JWoww taken very, very low in that top lane. Complete reversal of what we saw in game one.
He's going to be able to get some really good damage onto his turret on top of that, and we do see Belgian Beast. He's still sticking around bottom, but Bacon Flips has come down to deal with him, so I wouldn't be surprised if he backs away, maybe goes middle against the combo of playing Ducks. But the thing is, they already lost one turret from that. They might lose a second one if he does go middle against them, and that would give a lot of early extra gold over to playing Ducks, and potentially Dragon if they do want to go for that off the back of it. And right now, we see Shaft actually counter-jungling a little bit here, so he's going to get some revenge.
He's going to get revenge, he's going to get that blue buff, and it looks like he's going to try and give it across the Coffee's OP maybe as well. Coffee coming across. He's actually okay on levels, and yeah, we are seeing Rutrador now going to slide in just at the right time. He gets it. Can he get away, though? We do see the slicing Maelstrom come out. That's going to be covering off from JWoww. That's going to be the Spider going down. 60's fangs on towards Coffee as OP. He's going to try and get away from this one. Cocoon will be available in just a moment. JWoww just needs to switch forms. He's going to keep them spiders going down. There he does. Switches those forms out. Throws out the spiding. There's the Cocoon. It lands. That's going to be Coffee's OP going down. What a great turnaround by TCM.
A fantastic turnaround. And you saw Rutrador and Shaft both had their smite ups, but he was able to get in there and say, oh, the blue's really low. I'm going to smite it real quick. Take it. And then in the end, turn around for a kill. We did see in the bottom lane, though. Belgian Beast and Bacon Flips went head-to-head, and obviously Bacon was the one to come out, I guess, the victor of that one, and he's pushed up on the tier 2 turret, and no one's coming down to help him. So Belgian, he has to give that one up. He can't really sit there and defend it.
He can't defend it. He has got a wave of minions, though, but he's forced to back away. Bacon Flips doing a lot of work here. We'll see how that works out towards him. We do see, looks like it's going to be Barney D covering off. It looks like simply just doing ward coverage. Puts a pink ward down at the back of red, actually. Interesting to see how that one works out. JWoww putting a lot of damage on this top turret. Shaft will defend it out. He has Coffee as OP coming back in there, but red buff's being stolen away by Rutrador now, so total counter. It started off, Shaft was the one that was trying to counter it, but again, it looks like everything's been stolen away from him.
Yeah, it's like he's not even worried about ganking. Rutrador has only made his presence top lane after that blue buff. So we do see the ball, unfortunately, landing onto Matraco, but taking away the red, and now Demon 6-4 getting levels in terms of junglers. So Rutrador's keeping that lead just like he got in the first one, and Shaft, I mean, he has to kind of get back in somehow. He's been trying to do it through sitting in lanes a little bit, trying to do it through ganks, even trying to do it through counter jungling, but we do see JWoww and Coffee going head-to-head, as we do see right now Rutrador coming in from the backside. He's not very healthy, though.
He's not very healthy. He might try and interrupt him. Doesn't use the knock-up, though. Coffee's OP. I think the fact that the Cocoon didn't land early on from JWoww, they didn't get that burst of damage down. They just realized this isn't going to work. Coffee's OP is going to throw a ward down, and the Shuriken say, no, not backing off just yet. And Rutrador is really going to just stand there and do it again. No, he's not.
He might get hit by another Shuriken, though. Oh, no, he's not going to forward. So, Shaft, what he needs to do right now, just barely missing him. Maybe a little bit of ward coverage in his own jungle, just to kind of spot when a Rutrador comes in and then punish him for that. Being level 4, actually he's just hit level 5, he still doesn't have the ultimate available. He's going to need in a head-to-head fight against Jarvan here, but now Flying Ducks, they're pushing him. We're seeing 80 carries and supports go head-to-head here. And we do have the build shot Cutlass already done for Matraco, but that CS lead he had of 50-20 has now disappeared. It's only 80-70, and that's obviously getting closed further.
Bacon sitting around in that bottom lane, and we're going to see Belgian Beast going straight in towards him, but does put the death mark down. Will it be enough? The exhaust was used. Well timed there. Prevents the damage going down. Goes straight back in. Belgian Beast will go down this time. Flashes away with the defile. Is it enough? Did have Living Shade of Orc. No, it doesn't matter. Cosmic throws out the spinning axis. Picks him up from the mid lane. Beautiful.
Oh, I think it's over just yet.
He's on him. You can see his Shaft is getting on towards Barney D. Barney D's going to try and get away from this one. Didn't have the grasping root available. Does flash away from it, but immediately the entire red team do spin around. Oh, and they cover off very nicely. Now they're back on towards Rutrador. Shaft has managed to get right up behind him. Spax coming out from Cosmic. That's going to finish it off. And just like that, JWoww in trouble as well in the top lane. Plain Dogs back in the game.
And they get 2 kills and now Dragon off this. That's going to give them a huge amount of gold. And Coffee, even though he's been ganked top lane, died, he was able to put the pressure on JWoww. He's able to keep his CS lead, even push him out of lane here. And Barney D, if he can get this steal, he'll be a god.
No, he's not going to do it. Throws down the Stranglethorn. Did manage to catch Shaft out with it. But, oh, Garox might be able to throw out the hook there. But instead, he's not going to go for it. Didn't really have the support of Cosmic. Cosmic going back in towards that mid lane. But Matraco, while that was all happening, continued with his farming spree. So he's actually doing a very good job. Considering he's on Vayne, he is ahead in farm of Cosmic.
It's kind of, it's hit or miss at the same time. So
well, he's 3-0, obviously.
Well, I mean, it works out really well for him because he's farming up, but the downside is that if he's not here for the fight, if he's not here stopping and shutting down Cosmic, if he's not here getting assists, an extra bit of gold from that, then Coffee can just jump on top of him and kill him, because right now, Matraco doesn't have a cleanse. He doesn't have a way to get out of that CC. If you have Bacon Flips get on top of him as well, since he can't cleanse the ultimate out of Zed, then he would just get blown up. So all this farming, it's not going to really matter too much unless he starts getting involved in these fights.
Well, as it stands, you can see the gold split between them. It's 1,000 gold built up by Cosmic. We'll see how that develops as the game goes on. 500 built up by Bacon as well. So all across the board, honestly, there's advantages starting to be gained by playing Ducks. They're going to try and catch on towards JWoww here. Doesn't land the Shuriken, won't get the stun down. just forced to back away. He has got the support of Narutador this time, so they may try and turn it around once again.
Shaft is still level 5, so Narutador, the countering that he did earlier on is just working marvelously for him, just keeping him really behind. He's sitting here in the top lane because he wants to get that farm. He needs that level 6, but Narutador, as you can see on the minimap, he's waiting on the sidelines. He wants to go for something here, but it looks like he's just going to back away. Garrett's just going to ward up, try to give Cosmic an easy lane to farm yet again.
And meanwhile, down the bottom, Belgian Beast has fell that level behind Bacon Flips. Bacon Flips, of course, did manage to bully him out of that lane. Got to be careful he doesn't go too far away. Bacon Flips every single time tries to wait around, but Shaft just gets melted in that top lane. Still yet to hit level 6, and it's going to be a little bit longer for him.
Shut your mouth, Demon. Sorry, I was going for a little bit like that. But anyway, so we do have, though, the Seeker's arm guard done for Coffee, so he's almost towards that Rabadon's death cap, which makes him even stronger in these fights. But we do see TCM respawn with a tower here in Coffee. I'm not sure if this is even smart move by Narutador.
Well, Narutador goes aggressive, gets the Cataclysm on Coffee, but honestly, JWoww was too far away. But look at Belgian Beast again. Bacon Flips just going for him every time. He's burning up a storm down this bottom lane.
Yeah, they need to deal with him somehow. He already has a CS lead built up, and the thing is, once he hits level 11, Belgium should die. But Belgium will have, obviously, we see the engage at top.
The Cocoon comes out. Coffee is OP, taken very, very low this time. Shaft was there to help out, and the spinning blades coming from Cosmic down in that mid lane once again, trying to pick up some extra kills. They do catch out, actually, the bottom lane of running down towards Bacon Flips. Bacon Flips is going to back off.
And we've seen this kind of happen so many times before with letting Zed just split push. No one can duel him 1v1. Maybe potentially Matraco can now if Barney D's there and pops the exhaust onto him, but he's going to be hitting that level 11. And now Flying Ducks are putting pressure on this middle turret. We do see Shaft coming around, so we'll have some backup here, but Belgium does get there in time to clear out that entire wave.
Yeah, we saw Matraco just lingering off the side as well. Maybe trying to create an opportunity from that one. Shaft wanted to get in there. This time he's going to get his red buff. Blue buff has just spawned, so expect to see Belgian Beast peeling off to try and pick that up. We do see, looks like Matraco already heading that way to help him start things off. Matraco continues the farming spree. He's down in that bottom lane now, getting unhindered farm. This top lane turret taken very, very low. One more hit should be enough for it. JWoww will be losing that one. We do see Narutador coming back in, but it doesn't matter. Coffee is already running.
And if you see what's been happening over for Flying Ducks is that they're applying pressure in these lanes, which in turn forces Narutador to react to it. He cannot sit there and counter jungle anymore, so Shaft's been able to pick up his own buffs. We do see Barney getting pulled.
The hook on Barney D, will it be enough? The flay actually missed, but he's taken low enough that he should get dropped. Bacon Flips, oh, he's going to get away from this one. Bacon Flips can manage to get through, uses that living shadow, but Belgian Beast tries to turn it around, gets in there with a Defile. Requiem is available. It could pick up 1 or 2 here. Will it gate him down? No, Bacon Flips so low. We do see Matraco coming in. He's going to try and clean up. Cosmic should be able to get back to his tower. Where has Bacon Flips gone though? He's the man that's trying to escape. He does manage to dash away. They're going to keep track of him. He's backing up. Oh, he's on a ward. He's on a ward. You can see Narutador's getting ready. He's just getting excited. He's going to slide on through. Bacon Flips is in trouble. Narutador will pick him up. Tries to turn the death mark back around. Not going to happen. JWoww in the meantime takes the middle turret down, and TCM, they're trying to turn this into an advantage.
I think they might be able to take this turret as well. Shaft's just trying to show some presence and push them away, but 2 kills going over to Bacon Flips right there. Gives him even stronger. His Blade of the Rune King, which he didn't decide to go for. He actually went for a Brutalizer. Is going to make him just that much more deadly. And Matraco, unfortunately, wasn't really in position for that fight, but he was able to at least pick up 1 kill, able to punish Garrox. Cosmic was able to escape, and he still retains that 3-0-2 score now. Narutador's
got to be careful. He's got 2 men closing on him. He's sticking around on this turret for long. He thinks it's just Shaft, but it's not, because Coffee is coming in behind him. He's going to get bounced in the air. The 3-talent strike wasn't quite enough, and we're going to see Coffee just clearing out that wave.
And we're getting closer and closer to that point where major team fights are really going to break out. We've seen some skirmishes here or there, but when Dragon does come up, I wouldn't be surprised to see it, considering that we have a lot of items coming in, a lot of major items being completed. It's Belgian. He's just waiting for that Rod of Ages, but he's still a lot of gold off currently. And you do see that penetration build coming out of JWoww yet again, but as you can see, Playing Ducks are able to control their own jungle now, and they weren't able to do that last time, so we might see them actually do a little bit different, or a little bit better this game.
Well, it's a 1,000 gold lead between the 2 teams, or well, close to 2,000 actually, for Playing Ducks. So they're still keeping hold of that advantage. They need to keep, I think, the split of Bacon Flips going, because that's been working very well. It's actually been causing problems for TCM. Narutador, though, has been helping out so much. JWoww needed that help, it seems, this time around against Coffee. Coffee did a much better laning phase, but JWoww again, he's got that Haunting Guys, he's got those Sorcerer's Boots, the double Dorans, just like he had in game 1, and Narutador is sat ready and waiting. I don't think you can 1v1 him there, mate.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, he does have the Blade of the Rune King, but this time Bacon Flips will have that Ignite up, so he'll be able to stop that healing. And it looks like teams are starting to prepare for Dragon here. Playing Ducks, like, they do have position on, they do have a pink ward, they do have vision control, but TCM, they're closing in on this on all angles.
Well, the pincer move doesn't often work, which is why you can see they're grouping themselves back up just towards their own mid lane. And it does seem that Playing Ducks are ready for this one as well. Coffee's OP just keeping that wave clear along with JWoww. Belgian Beef is going to push the bottom lane. It's Belgian Beef.
Yeah, I was like, did he say beef? Well, you got bacon, you got beef.
Yeah, we got a whole mixed grill going on here, but it is going to be the Dragon started off by Playing Ducks, which is another form of meat they have in there. TCM, they're going to come around the side. They want to fight for this one, but I'm not too sure if they're going to get close enough. The Dragon has gone down. Is he worth fighting? Garox gets caught out there. Actually, Coffee gets caught with the cocoon, and they're going to see where Rutador goes. He jumps in and just gets melted straight out. Coffee drops back in there. Bacon flips, puts the death mark down on JWoww, but it won't be enough to take him down. Matroco did get dropped just off the side. Tries to take another one down. He gets it as well. It was a 3 for 3. Yeah, I was going to say that's Barney D's passive that's throwing me off guard there. Close fight, but honestly, TCM went in for that after Playing Ducks had already took the advantage. They'd already got the Dragon.
Yeah, and I mean, they were able to get 2 kills, though, over to Matroco, and they weren't able to shut down Cosmic, who was able to pick up another kill with that Blade Thirster Last Whisper, and they're being very aggressive here, trying to go for this turret, but they do have 2 damage dealers against the support and AD carry.
Well, you see the AD carry's trying to do damage there. Matroco actually taking a lot of damage. The hook getting thrown out from Garox, and may well have been problems for him if they caught it up. But look at the 2 AD carries now. 2-0-2 for Matroco, 4-0-4 for Cosmic, both doing a very good job.
And that CS lead that, Matroco had, it's still not that big anymore, as Cosmic is able to farm up freely here. And we saw a really interesting fight in that last one, is that Narutador came in from the bottom side as well as Belgian Beast, so they tried the pincer move, but then you saw Shaft actually get off an amazing ultimate. He actually knocked Karthus away, and because of that, he was able to prevent a lot more damage from coming down. And unfortunately for TCM, I keep trying to say TSM for some reason, they didn't have that Karthus ultimate available.
Well, maybe you're just seeing some plays that remind you of TSM, I don't know. I don't know which way we want to go with that one. You are American after all.
You know how my mind works.
That's the scary thing, that's the problem. But we're gonna detract away from that statement and keep on with the actual game that is happening in hand right now. 3-0-2 for JWoww in that top lane up against Coffee, but Coffee does have the Zhonya's Hourglass now. So JWoww coming in. It's actually pretty even in terms of damage between the two. We do have both junglers once again. Oh, look at this Shaft. He knows that Narutador wants to come up and steal this red buff. They're actually lingering and waiting for it. Garox will be warding out. They see the plants there from Barney D as well, but they are going to go for red buff. Immediate reaction comes out, and Rutador slides his way in there. But look at this, they're ready and waiting. It's a trap. He's not going to be able to get away. He's going to have to burn that flash. Yes, he does. Goes into the Baron pit, and that'll be the red buff for Cosmic.
Great turnaround then by Playing Ducks just to keep him away. He tried to go for it, and still, they're letting Bacon Flip just push his bottom lane. His CS lead is starting to grow even more over Belgian. And TCM, I mean, it seems like they don't know what to do necessarily. Like I guess they weren't expecting Playing Ducks to kind of bounce back that quickly in this game.
It's definitely a harder game for them this time around. They had full control before, but they are still just 2,000 gold behind. Actually, it's built up to 3,000 gold now. So they're slowly losing out every little step of the way. All the advantages being picked up by Playing Ducks. But so how do you rate these? I mean, in terms of end game team, surely TCM, the fact that they have Karthus and Vayne in there are going to be incredibly strong late game.
Yeah, that's what I'm really looking at. And it all comes down to, I think, for TCM, if they can get the defensive items they need on the key players. So if Matroco gets a Guardian Angel or a Quicksilver Sash, that deters Bacon from getting on him to kill him right away, and maybe even Coffee from being able to get onto him and stun. So once that happens, I mean, they're not going to be too worried about taking any sort of damage. But then again, you have a Zed. He can potentially even get to the point where he can one-shot Narutador or even JWoww, but unluckily for him, JWoww is building that Zhonya's up. So in terms of just late game power, I really have to give it over to TCM. But then again, with how strong right now Playing Ducks is, if they can keep this lead into that late game, or if they can push lead a little bit more, then that late game where TCM really beats them isn't going to happen.
Well, Blade the Rune King did just get picked up by Bacon Flips, so C looks like he's going to head down that bottom, wants to do a bit of a split push, and again, we are seeing Matroco actually waiting in the bushes. I don't know whether he's taking the golems down. Yes, he is. He's taking the golems. He's going to shove the lane out. We'll see where the Bacon Flips goes for him the moment he shows himself. He's going to start the blue buff off. See who gets that. I would be surprised if they actually give it Bacon Flips. They are, but he's going to take it.
Okay, so he's able to push the lane a little bit quicker. Obviously, blue buff doesn't benefit energy champions as much as you'd imagine for mana champions, but still, it gives him extra energy regen, gives him extra cooldown reduction, which is huge, and he actually might be able to go in on Matroco here. It looks like he wants to go for it. He has his Blade of the Rune King ready. He has the Ignite ready, but he's just going to back away and just get this free farm.
Yeah, he wasn't going to fall for that one. Hook landing from Garox doesn't go. The top lane, though, we do see JWoww taking low. The Requiem's going to go out. It's not going to be enough. That poison may well finish. Yes, he will. Just that little flash hit from JWoww was enough to give Belgian Beast the kill.
That flash ignite and Q was just got him so low. Just got him right in the right spot, and Belgian Beast able to pick up the kill off of that. Now he's 2-4-2, and with this 5-on-4 advantage, they might be able to push for an objective, but Baconflips, he's still pushing that bottom lane. He wants to keep that pressure on. He wants to deter TCM here, and actually might get condemned to the wall. Let's be careful.
Well, I'm not too sure. Matroko just turns away, uses that ultimate. He's got the better of him here, manages to condemn him back, turns it back around. Brilliant play. Matroko knew exactly what he was doing there.
Vayne mechanics, OP, as Matroko just showed right there, able to escape, able to knock him into his own turret as well. In the meantime, TCM are pushing this turret, but Naruto gets pulled, but that's not the target they wanted.
The hook comes in, the spinning blades, will it be enough? Slides his way out there. Stranglethorns was used defensively by Barney D, but they're keeping the pressure on the turret. Now Belgian Beast, he's going to have that wall of pain available, but he doesn't seem to want to use it. Flashes out instead. He is going to try and get away. There's that wall of pain, but the hook gets on towards Barney D. He's going to go down. Will he be the sacrificial lamb? Instead, he could clean up here. We can see Cosmic. He picks up one, picks up two, turns it on to Naruto. No, picks up three. Brilliant triple kill.
And now he goes up to 7-0-4, and TCM, they wanted to get away, but they wanted to save Barney D, and in the end, they ended up losing a lot more than just one support, and now you're seeing Cosmic and Garrus actually push middle here. Matroka's going to be able to take this turret. They're trying to apply some dual-prong pressure just to get the turrets down and really deter them, but they should be able to get this middle turret down for free.
Yeah, absolutely. The spawn timers are a long way off still right now. You can see Barney D, he's going to be the only one up. Matroko continuing to keep the pressure on. This time again, he's got Baconflips. I'm not sure if they've both got their ultimates available. Yes, they do. We could see round two between these two. This time around, Matroko taking some poke from Baconflips, and they're going to try and track on towards him. The ping goes down on the Dragon as well, so we may see Cosmic going back towards there, but it won't be before they take that middle inner turret.
They're both, actually, yeah, they're both missing key summers in the bottom where the barrier kept Matroko alive and actually saved him, and then the ignite out of Bacon isn't up, which he needs to be able to burst him down, but Dragon going to be started here. No way TCM is really in position to stop this, but here comes JWoww. Here comes Barney D, and they're going to try to say something about this.
Yeah, they're going to throw the plants down there. They get the ward in there. Is it going to be enough? Matroko comes around the side. We can see JWoww. He throws out the cocoon. It lands on Cosmic. Will they go aggressive? Shaft actually caught out very low here. The Dragon had already gone across the plane ducks, but that's going to be Shaco. Shaco? God,
where did he come
Shaft
from?
getting caught out very much. I don't even know where Shaco came from. I just don't know. What am I saying?
I don't know what you're saying. That's the problem. But anyways, TCM getting that kill. They did lose Dragon just like last time. They're going to be going for Baron here. And right now, with the jungler down, they don't have a way to stop this unless Coffee gets a nice ultimate onto TCM.
Well, he is OP, so we'll see whether it is going to work out for him. We see, of course, just up the side there, it is Cosmic. He's got no mana, though, so I'm not too sure whether he's going to go for anything too aggressive. Of course, he's that AD champion, so he doesn't really need it. There's a mana Baron picked up. TCM take that one away. And just like that, they turn a big advantage from just nothing, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, all it took was that one kill, and Shaft used that smite on the Dragon just to secure it, and TCM knowing that, knowing he was dead long enough, knowing they could pretty much handle this, were able to pick up the Baron, able to hopefully make something off of it as well, because Barney D, he vested an Oracle. TCM has invested time, obviously, taking the Baron when they could have potentially got the middle inner turret, maybe did some damage onto the inhibitor turret, but with the Baron, they're going to be able to back away and Bacon. He's going to be a little careful here.
Oh, he's going to go on to JWoww. I'm not sure that's the target, because in comes Naruto. Baconflips tries to go aggressive. Zhonya's Hourglass comes out from JWoww. They're going to close the gap here. Where's Baconflips going to run to? He's going to try and juke him around through the bushes. Is it going to be enough? Can he flip back on there? They're both just following on. They're going to see another these fangs sinking in. Oh, he's going to get the down pass. He just got away from the Cataclysm.
Oh, but he with the Requiem.
Oh, I'm not sure he's got enough. No, he does go down anyway. Belgian Beast just puts the shaft in.
Is able to pick up the kill onto Bacon too, so he's able to pretty much stop that, and I would have laughed if he was able to get away. It's a great job by Garox to get him out, but obviously it's not going to be enough, and with the Baron up, they get that kill, they're going to go back and buy. Matroka's going back bottom here to farm. He's 4-0-2 now, and he actually has a BF sword, and he also got Alacrity enchant on his boots, so he has 50% extra, or 15 extra move speed, so he's going to be able to chase a little bit quicker, he's going to be able to run away a little bit faster. And we're going to see how it's going to work out, but we still have to keep in mind, Cosmic, 7 kills. And I know we always talk about this kill spread between champions and their entire lineup. And right now, with every kill on Cosmic, if he just dies in the fight, where's all their damage going to come from?
Bacon? Coffee?
Well, I mean, like, because he has all the kills, he's the one that's really strong right now.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Just put it in the...
I mean, you always have a whole
Sorry, I didn't want to touch your shoulder. It's a little bit red in it. I didn't want to go there.
They have like a whole breakfast lineup going. Bacon and coffee.
We do. It's a full English almost, but instead full of... I don't even know what nationalities they are, actually, to be honest. But nevertheless, that's going to be the inner turret in the mid lane going down. That's the blue buff also being stolen away. TCM starting to take those advantages. The fact that they have that blue buff now is giving Baron buff, sorry, the blue buff as well for Belgian Beast. Is going to give them the impetus to push on towards this one. Garox, can he land any vital hooks? He's going to throw it out. Doesn't land on Belgian Beast. The Wall of Pain doing its job. And we can see the cocoons flying, everything going towards Playing Ducks.
I think his Coffee is not level 16. He wants to hit that point before he goes to this engager because they know they could probably compete in this damage. Gyros does have an exhaust. Belgian and Bronny D both have one as well. So it looks like they might be able to get Bacon and Coffee shut down with that. And they're still trying to siege his turret away here. And it looks like Playing Ducks will just give it up.
Oh, Cosmic getting caught by the Wall of Pain, takes a bit of damage there. Life steals it back up, and you do see TCM going aggressive. Slicing Maelstrom coming out from Coffee, gets that Zhonya's Hourglass just at the right time. Bacon round the backside though. That's going to be Requiem, picked up by Garthus. They get one, they get two, and they just clean house. Bacon flips, he's trying to run away from this one, but they're going to just turn back on towards the turret. They don't care about Bacon. They can leave him out the back there. TCM are pushing for the inhibitor turret.
And looks like they're building face tanking is on top of that, and the thing was, they used exhaust, but not onto Coffee. So he did his full damage from that combo, and it just wasn't enough damage to get them down. Whether or not that was due to Baron buff or him not having enough items, but now they're going to lose an inhibitor off of that, trying to defend an inner turret, and I think they would have had an easier time defending on the inhibitor turret, so they end up losing a little bit more than they wanted to, biting off a little bit more they could chew, and now TCM going to back away with a lot of gold. You have 1,300 on JWoww, you have 1,300 on Naruto, you have 2,300 on Matraco. That is a lot of money to spend, and it's going to make them even stronger.
Bacon flips may well find out Matraco. He does, throws out the shurikens, forces him to back away. Everybody's going to walk away from this one instead. Bacon flips cleans out. So let's have a look across the items and gold, and you can see big gold difference. Now it's actually the AD carries. Matraco has actually built up an advantage here. He was 1,000 gold behind Cosmic 1 point, but now it's just around level.
She actually is ahead if I mean, just closing that gap though is a very good point, Damon, because 7 kills is really hard to catch up in terms of gold, but he's been farming away. 244 CS, looks like he's going for a Phantom Dancer now. He has an Infinity Edge and a Blade of the Rude King, and a Zeal on top of that, so his damage is just ridiculous. He's not up against too much armor in the enemy team. The only one that really has that, obviously, is Coffee and onto Shaft, but the Runic Bulwark is done for Naruto, and that was, I think that was might have been the saving grace for them in that team fight, because that extra magic resist. I swear I can talk. But right now, Belgian Beast, he has Rod of Ages done, the Saracen Brace done. He's working towards, it looks like, a Zhonya's, or maybe even a Death Cap here. His damage is just going to get so ridiculous. And the supports, last game they didn't go for GP10, but this game they decided to, and you see him trying to catch Shaft right there, but he gets pulled away. Oh, but Bacon flips, gets aggressive. But Naruto, he's gone too deep. Cataclysm comes down, but I don't think he's going to survive this one. No, he won't. Stranglethorns went down. There's going to be the spinning axes coming out from Cosmic. Is it going to be enough? Shaft's getting caught on towards Belgian Beast, throwing himself in there. You see the Death Mark's going to take him down. Coffee is OP. He's going to try and run away from this one. Does actually manage to trail the team away, but JWoww quickly repels, sinks his fangs and fins him out. And just sure enough, Matraco goes in again on towards the inhibitor turret and continues it going. The damage, it's going to be another inhibitor going down. I just looked back at that replay, and unfortunately for Belgian, he used his ultimate and was still alive, then got killed right after, so he didn't even get that off in the fight, but they're still able to win that trade in the end, going 2 for 2, I believe. And they were able to get some damage onto that turret, but that fight would have been a little bit different if Belgian just, unfortunately, or well, not unfortunately for Playing Ducks, but if you got that ultimate off.
I'm glad you made that clear for us, Jason. The Dragon's going to go down for TCM. It's 17-14, and just like that, we lose preview monitor. Awesome. 48.7k to 44.9. That's the difference. I can't calculate that. It doesn't matter. Cosmic's cleaning house in his own base at the moment. He's keeping those super minions away. Meanwhile, of course, across the board, 5-0-5 now for Matraco. He's doing a fantastic job. We saw him on it. We were worried about the Vayne mechanics and how strong he could be coming towards the end of this, and he's already proven it that Vayne, once again, is a very strong late game champ.
Yes, she is, and you pair that in with the Karthus. I mean, the damage is going to come out of you is going to be ridiculous. Not to mention the combo that TCM with their whole lineup, they haven't been able to get off perfectly just yet, but even without that, they've been able to win these team fights very one-sided. Like, Barons should be coming up relatively soon here, and they're already kind of setting up for it. Naruto going to steal away the red buff yet again, and he still has that 3-level advantage over Shaft. Actually, every lane, you see JWoww 17-16. You even see, as the AD carries, Matraco 17-15, and Belgian, he's the only one really trailing behind in levels for his team.
Well, TCM are trying desperately to clear out the lanes. Oh, Garox, you're going to get aggressed on. Barney D thought about going for that one, didn't throw those grasping roots out though. And then Bacon just trying to defend off those wraiths. And it's TCM with 4 seconds left. You're a little bit early on the plant there. just going to say, and there is the Baron spawn. We saw how quick they took it down last time with Karthus in there. This time it's going to be even faster. Matroco throwing out those bolts. They are doing amazing amounts of damage, and that went down incredibly quickly. The spinning axe, spinning blades, whatever you want to call it, it's too late.
And now TCM with this Baron buff, with the bottom inhibitor down, they can kind of just stall as long as they need to on these top turrets and be able to get another inhibitor off of it. And you do see they're going for this turret.
Well, and you do see the top lane going down. That's going to be the turret dropped. And at the moment, they're going to keep on pushing through that top and plow on through. It will be TCM, though, with a big advantage over the Ducks. And honestly, I'm not too sure they can hold this one out. They're already 1-0 down. It may well be 2 Shaft getting caught there. Does manage to survive, though. The cocoon lands, and is honestly, if that can land that cocoon on Cosmic, it will go down very quickly.
I think if the cocoon lands on anyone, these will go down really quick with just the entire amount of damage that TCM has. Coming out Garox yet again, he wants to get a pull on the Matroco, or maybe Belgium, but even Belgium, you don't really want to get in the middle of your team at this point. And they're struggling to find a way to pick up a kill here. The bottom lane is pushing up, the middle lane is pushing up. And playing Ducks, they have to react to this somehow. Either they need to go for a fight, they can't really afford to lose a second inhibitor. But then again, they can't afford to lose their Nexus turrets either.
And they need to react very quickly, because the Super Ninja on the Nexus is going to be copies. OP does just about get the Zhonya's off at the last second, though. But he is going to go down. That's going to be JWoww catching on towards him. We did see Bacon going down as well. Cosmic's going to get dropped. Cataclysm comes in, smashes him down. Garrock's going to be the final man standing. He gets dropped down there, and it's going to be TCM with the triple kill for JWoww, taking down yet another inhibitor. They turn straight towards the Nexus. No, he can't, because the inhibitor's just respawned, and he runs straight back down there. Thinking, son of a bitch, we could have finished this game, but instead, they have to turn back in there.
And they're still going to win either way, and not to mention the second game in a row, which takes them into the finals tomorrow against the victor of Copenhagen Wolves, or not tomorrow, the next day of TCM.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. Thanks for that, Jason. You really do wrap that up nicely. TCM-Gaming, they are going to take the victory. They are bringing home the bacon against Playing Ducks, and it is going to be a 2-0 move from the semi-finals. They will be in the finals, which will be happening on